Clout. Reach out.
And I want to bring up an amazing rapper. Not many female rappers in the game right now. She's chosen to, stick to it and, be amazing at it. S God, S God, S God, S God, S God.
Tell her how it is. Hit it. I promise, I swear, I swear.
Yo, S God, what's going on?
I'm good. Hi, everybody.
Just for people that don't know you right now, can you introduce yourself? Tell them
Sure.
what you're about.
What's good, everybody? Shout out Clout. Shout out everyone that's here. Shout out Tom Tom. My name is SGaWD, and I am a rapper, singer, just an artist in general. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, so shout out anyone who's from Akwa Ibom in the house. What's good? Let me hear some noise. Period.
That's amazing. S God is somebody that in the game you've embodied that bad B energy, and it's amazing. That's why I follow you, and that's why I love your music and your sound. Your project Savage Beach Juice. It inspired a lot of challenges. People were making videos on TikTok, on IG, and all that. That movement. What was that like for you? Was it how did you feel seeing people do those amazing stuff to your music?
So when before I started doing music, I am a lawyer by profession. So I was doing maritime law and international arbitration. So I wasn't really having people give me any kind of attention apart from paperwork. So when music came along and I made this whole new family of friends and listeners showing me love, liking the music, relating to the music, it was super fun. I liked it. It was very surreal.
That's calm. That's calm. For me, I had this Facebook group that I thought, they were my guys, you understand? But then, what when I dropped my first project, everybody was hating on me heavy. This bro's trash, bro. Stop this. You ain't never gonna make it. For you to, start off and people, embrace it, that's amazing. My first album under Chocolate City, first project under Chocolate City, dropped at midnight. The first tweet I saw at 12:05. Man, this album is so garbage. I can't get past the first two tracks. I'm like, oh my God. I went to bed straight. Went to bed straight. I woke up, people were, talking about it in positive light. Anyways. But talk us through your process, how was it recording Savage Beach Juice?
Well, Savage Beach Juice was recorded in the middle of the pandemic. So it was a lot of time on my own and a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of emails. So a lot of the producers that I worked with were very young producers, young up and coming producers. There were Nigerian people who went to uni in Maryland, DC. And then there's this guy called Oshunda from Ghana. So I tried as much as possible, as to collaborate as far as I could. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And just making sure the music came out to be good. That was the priority for me, making sure that I collaborated with other Africans and making sure that the music was good.
That's amazing, because making a project that sounds good is not an easy feat.
It's not beans.
Yeah, everybody can make a good song, but making a cohesive project, a full-fledged project is amazing. At the beginning, you started with singing, yeah, and then you switched to rapping. Usually, people start rapping and switch to singing. How's that? Why?
I wouldn't say like I've switched because I do still have like singing records out there. I would say that my first ever EP, which is this EP that I dropped, Savage Bitch Juice, is like my first project. So it was kind of like an introductory project. And already before the EP dropped, I had already released two singles that had singing in it, and I had features prior. So it was just like, I like rapping. It's fun. I haven't really like experienced any rap like the Sasha P's, like the Mochetas, like, the weird MCs. I wasn't really getting that vibe. So it was kind of like, I think it's time to bring like a little bit of fun and sass back into the rap game. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
That era was a hard era. Sasha P and everybody,
Bro, they were marking, man.
Bruh, it was crazy.
They were
It was
marking.
crazy.
They were
Eva
marking.
and Blaze,
Blaze, Eva
it was an
Loja.
amazing period. It's good to see you, keeping it real. One thing I like is about you is how you dress. Like you have this like bad bitch energy when you dress, and like you have S God on
Oh, should I
written.
show them?
Yeah, let them see
All right.
that. Let them see that. S God. That's hard, like
It's written right at like the bottom.
yeah, that's perfect. So, like, did you ever is this just something that has always been your style, and I even went before music, or do you feel like when you started making music, you felt like you had to look a certain way to sell a record or something, or is that just you?
So like, if you're a lawyer, you know that you're not allowed to do much. Like, you can't really wear like pearls or do like extra nails and stuff. So it was very conservative for me that time. I was super conserved hairstyles. But then outside of work, I would be doing the extra long nails and the extra long braids. So like, being in a career that allows me to be fully myself and is not giving me like any restraints, I guess like it's super fun. I get to play with my hair, my looks, still make it classy and still like keep it modest. So yeah, I fuck with the vibes.
That's hard. That's hard. Sometimes when I see artists, female artists, I feel like I can tell if somebody's just gonna be great because the person just ticks the boxes. Like I feel like a lot of Nigerian women that are listening, they want to. They are looking for somebody that they want to be like. You understand? Somebody that has the nails that they want to get. Somebody that put the hair. Like the what's this thing? The way you guys do in
Frontal.
front, the lace front, or what's it? Yeah. Like the way you guys brush it and everything. So it's amazing everything that you do.
Thank you.
And music wise, it's amazing. My favorite song of yours, pop shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like that went so hard.
Yeah, it did.
Can you what was the energy in the studio for that song?
We didn't record in the studio. I am a fully independent artist, so I'm not signed to any label, and I don't like have any major deals. Everything that I do is like out of my bedroom. So when we made Pop Shit, it was just me, Soma, and Zoe, and we were on my bed, and there's like cans of like bullets, and we're just vibing. And for me, it's super important to still make music like that and put it out there, because a lot of people like me who are like switching careers, or a lot of people like me, period, who are starting off music super early, might feel discouraged because they don't have like a fully equipped studio or like an engineer. But man, like you can DIY it till you can afford it. So like, just do it yourself till you can get to the point where you can splurge a lot. And also, being a woman in the industry, in any industry, period, my priority is giving my fans the best of my music while still protecting myself and remaining safe. And I find that a lot of times that means that I have to limit the environment that I work in. And what's the best place to work in than home?
That's great, because that leads me to the question I'm about to ask you. Talking as a woman that you are, your project, features just female artists. It was that like a deliberate thing, or was that just who you were vibing with at the time?
Very much so, very deliberate. I've had features in the past with men, Jess ETA, some what's it called? Like different men, Kienka from Port Harcourt, Marv OTM from ABJ. We have like on release with Alpha P, different men. But for my project, this is my first ever project. ever in this life. And it was very important for me to live like, and I don't know, live by what I believe in. And I will always like push for women to like go forward in any way that I can. If it means like featuring them, if it means like hopping on their own records, if it means like recommending them for a job. So it was super important for me to be like, okay, I'm hopping in the rap game, I'm reviving this thing. What's the best way to make a big statement for myself and my sisters in sisterhood? What's the better way than to just have women in my project?
That's amazing. I have one last question. So, as a female, artist, do you feel like you don't get some things just because you're female? Like, what are those kind of struggles that you look at it and you look at somebody else and like, wait, this person did what did this person do extra? Or do you think it's a perfectly level playing field?
I would say like in general, just being in Nige at all, like there's never a perfectly like playing living field in Nige. And niggas will just always try to play you in Nige, whether you're male or you're female. But then when you're a woman, it kind of happens like 10 times more. And you run like at risk of being called difficult to work with or being called rude or being called mean. So like it takes a lot to understand that not all opportunities are for you, for your own safety and your own mental health, and to know when exactly to tell people not to try you. And I'm all about that. Like, don't try me. I'm not the one.
That's mad. I love it. I love it. That totally like I feel like I try to read people from, their music and stuff, and like everything you're saying is actually how I
Very much
expect.
so.
Yeah,
Very much so, yes. Because
I
the
love it.
project was super important. Being in Nigeria, like already women go through like so much. Making a project that was all about like women and women loving themselves and appreciating themselves, no matter what was going on in the country, was super important for me. And just like liking the fact that I'm a young 20 something year old and I'm vibing and enjoying that without having like judgment from everyone was super important as well. Because I feel like young people in Nigeria get a lot of smoke for
Yeah,
just being
yeah.
young people and enjoying being young people.
That's facts. That's facts. I wanna ask. I want people to ask a bunch of questions. If you have any question for S God, maybe like you're in an industry and you want to hear like a female. Who this? Huh? Oh, do you have? Don't. No, nobody wants to ask you a question. Do you have a question? You're saying no, no. I want you to ask a question. Come out and ask a question. And bring. If you don't come, I'll bring the mic to you. Beautiful. Make some noise.
Okay, so I like your personality. I like your dress. I like your
Thank
outfit.
you.
What does it feel like being a female artist then?
Ah, it feels very nice. Like if it's mixed feelings.
Like in the pool of
Men.
men.
Yeah. It's mixed feelings. It feels nice. I think maybe because of like rarity, you sort of speak like feel special, being like odd one out. But then also it also feels very competitive because you have to do like 10 times more to keep your spots and to keep going higher. So I would say like mixed feelings, definitely like bittersweet. I like it sometimes, I don't like it sometimes.
Who else has a question for S God?
Okay, the general speculation people have about women that making it, they be like, oh, she's sleeping around, someone is functioning. Like, how do you handle that part of it?
So she basically asked about like the general perception that people have of women, and this is my perception. I feel like a lot of the times, people just talk a lot and they project a lot. Also, a lot of people do things behind closed doors that they will never ever be able to say. So, if you're spending all your time worried about a woman and how she's making her money and how she's making ends meet, you have something else to be on your plate. You're definitely broke, or you don't really have enough energy. Like you're not putting your energy towards the right things, because all the people that I know who are like meaningful and are successful and are contributing to their communities and are actually making a difference are not focused on what women are doing to make money. And also, women should be allowed to do whatever they want to make money as long as they keep themselves safe and they are not harming anyone else.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, but I think does that answer your question? Okay, because I think she was focused on how you handle, like, if people talk that type
how
of stuff about you.
Oh, when people talk, girl, I don't listen to what people say about me. It goes like in here and comes out here, because I'll tell you why. A lot of the times when we accept more than what we are, and more than what less than what we are rather, and less than what we think of ourselves, a bit of us like leave. It's like you, Black. People tell you, you're too extra. You need to calm down. The TikTok videos are too much. The clowning is too much. But that's you. That's your personality. That's what makes you Black. That's what makes you you. If you were allowing people's back talk get to you and you decided to do less of the TikTok videos, less of the interaction with your fans, less of the jokey jokes, you lose your identity as Black. So when people tend to say those things about women, I think they say them just so that they make you smaller and so you forget what you're actually there to do. And I don't listen to all that stuff.
That's amazing.
It's distracting.
That's amazing. One more question. You know, that guy over there looks like he has a question. I coincidentally, I know his name. His name is Frank. He has a question that he wants to ask. Please ask your question to SGaWD.
Hi everyone, my name is Frank. I'm a music distributor and talent agent. SGaWD, your previously released project,
Mm.
from like the statistics of last year, I noticed that you made Up Next Nigeria for Apple Music. Like, what does it feel like being the first artist to actually launch this Up Next regional program for Apple? Like, what does it feel like?
When you're someone who is making independent music and you don't have a record label and you don't have like all these big things going on for you, sometimes a lot of these things like recognition from DSPs or cosigns from your favorite artists seem so far away. But then having like your fans and your true community of people who listen to your music and rock with you and keep playing, trust me, like no matter how small you think you are in this cesspool of superstars, your star is still shining as much. Like it feels amazing to have been recognized by Apple Music. And a big shout out to my fans. I love you, all of you that are out there watching and streaming the music, because you guys are the reason that they pay attention. So big shout out, big shout out.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You know,
Thank
it's
you.
important to get, females' perspective about the music industry. Okay, you want to ask a question? No, not you. Sit down. Who wants to ask a question? That's who. Yeah, that's who. No, not two of you. Two of you. Two of you. You are a serial question asker.
Hello,
Hi.
my name is Saida.
Hi, Saida.
So, in an environment like this,
Mhm.
every female, every artist that is a woman gets to say that you've got to work 10 times harder than the men. Tiwa Savage says that. Everybody says that. So, can you give me, like, you rightly say that, can you give me, like, a physical scenario that you have had to work 10 times, like, than a man?
So, a typical example is just being able to get the attention of certain people. With men, it's a very, I don't know if you've been in a community of men and you've seen men work. It's a very, oh, hey, guy, what's going on? Let's hop in the studio. Let's hop in this jam. It's not even if like they have differences, once they get to the point where they have to do something together, it kind of like pushes aside. But when it comes to a woman, it's kind of like they're scared to do something to offend me, or like they're scared that they might not be able to match my energy. But it's kind of like, bruh, I'm here like you. I spit the same as you. We can just hop on the track as long as you're respectful and as long as I don't have to like tiptoe around you and be less of my person around you. Like a guy can decide that today he's wearing only boxers and like joggers in a session and he's chilling, but like I'm not allowed to just come and like wear shorts and a tank top in a session because I have to make sure that like I'm covered and I'm safe. So sometimes like women just have to like go the extra mile and like be less of themselves to protect themselves. And like, why? That's like the genuine question. Like, why do I have to do that?
You can come to my studio session with I'm open to such.
Yes, and just like even in like sometimes sitting in like rooms and like making business deals, having to like have thank God for the women who are like lawyers and managers and reps now, and they have strived and worked so hard to get in this space. Sometimes it might just take a man talking to another man for you to be able to get stuff done, which is very annoying because I am educated and I can't speak for myself. And I'm sure every woman here who's educated can speak for herself as well. So there's no reason why another man has to go and pally you for you to do something that you're meant to do. So yeah, that's what I would say.
That's mad. That's mad. As regards your question, nobody can work 10 times me, Sha. Like,
No. He's on overtime.
yes, yes. Let's just put
No, you're
that.
definitely on overtime.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to say? One last, thing for your fans. Everybody support
Yeah,
you.
definitely. One last thing I'd like to say is Nigeria is very hard at the moment for young people. A lot of things will not work on first try. Don't beat yourself up for it. It might sound crazy, but don't beat yourself for it. A lot of things will not work on first try. Shit is just harder right now. But what you can do is keep finding ways to figure it out. Also, don't be scared to do it by yourself, and don't allow people to project their fears onto you. If you're an African artist that would like to mint on Solana, I don't know about other people that come on stage and tell you that they are here for other people and they are here for other artists. Me, I am here for other artists. We have like this thing called Coast Collective, and the Coast Collective is all about just helping other African artists get into the NFT space and the NFT marketplace. So if you're someone who is interested in that kind of stuff, follow us on Twitter on the Coast Collective. Get in, get funds, get grants, get your art out there and make some money and feed yourself and your family. Period. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing talking to you.
Thank you back.